From revving up the racetrack to running a highly successful franchise, it's been a wild ride for two former race and rally drivers. But a love of cars can't be the only reason behind the success of Jim Cornish and Stuart Nichols' EcoWash Mobile. This month, it won the Emerging Franchise System of the Year award, run by the Franchise Council of Australia, and the Australian Business Award for Enterprise in its industry category. And I'm joined by the Managing Director of EcoWash Mobile, Jim Cornish. Jim, thank you so much for coming in this evening. Firstly, congratulations, you've had quite a month.
Thanks, Brett.
And can you firstly explain what your business involves? It's waterless car washing. It seems an oxymoron.
It does, yeah. We're a totally waterless car washing system, so all our guys operate from mobile units and they can actually come to your house or to your work, to your business, and can wash your car completely without water.
So what do you use then?
We have about 16 products in our range. The one that most people think of is our paint product, because obviously we need a different product for each type of material. But with the paint product, it's a polymer, so when you spray it onto the panel, it actually separates the dirt and encapsulates it so that it's encased in a lubricant, so we can remove it without scratching. So it's a unique system.
So for those people who love their cars, don't want any scratches on the paintwork, it's
the best. Yeah, actually, water's a very poor lubricant. So when you hose a car down with water, it doesn't actually remove the dirt. So you see a lot of feather scratches on cars. That's because when you're rubbing the panel to clean it, it's actually scratching, putting fine scratches in the paint.
What made you and Stuart decide to go from racing to setting up a business like this and then turning it into a franchise system?
I think a love of cars is essential. I mean, we tell our franchisees it's not a prerequisite, but it does help. We saw the opportunity, we knew the technology was available, and we married that up with the business model. So that's where it all started. And I think from there we could tell the acceptance of the service was very high from day one. So we knew growth was going to be rapid. And when looking at ways to expand, it was either through a traditional management structure, which obviously as we get further away from head office becomes harder to control, particularly in terms of customer service. So franchising was the logical option, because there you've got business owners who obviously want their businesses to be successful, and so they maintain high standards.
Just very briefly, just explain for me the franchise system.
Okay, well, in our case, what we do is we appoint master franchises by state. They control the state and they're responsible for recruitment, training and ongoing support of our franchisees. So very important to offer support systems all the way through, from initial training right through to day-to-day operations, because a franchisee, when they come into a system, they're looking for a known brand, they're looking for support systems, and they're looking for a foundation on which to build a business. Very important to provide that properly.
And is there a yearly then payment back to you then from each of the franchisees?
No, we have a monthly fee structure, and obviously that goes towards supporting all the marketing and centralised systems that the company operates. You'll find that as we found that as we get bigger, the economies of scale we offer mean that our franchisees are getting a huge return on their investment. Sometimes at the moment I think we're running 500% on franchise fees per franchise, so it's a huge return. They can do much more as part of a franchise system than you possibly could as an individual business.
You've obviously been very successful. What are the secrets? Is it having a unique idea?
I think it helps. I mean, our system, we were first to market in that sense, and it is unique. I think also your timing, and in our case, the big focus at the moment is on lifestyle. People want more free time and they don't want to do things like wash their car. The other thing is obviously the environment, and we're very environmentally friendly. We're totally waterless. Our products are biodegradable, and our fleet even is carbon neutral, because we subscribe to a company called Green Fleet, which neutralises our emissions. So I think it's a combination of things. It's a unique idea, but it's also the timing, and we've been very lucky in both those cases.
Obviously, there's other key issues that need to be bedded down before starting up a franchise structure. What are those? What are some of those?
You need to start thinking systems from the beginning, because a lot of problems come when you've got a great small business, but then you want to reverse engineer it into a franchise. You have to take the individual, the genius that started it, out of the business and make it duplicatable and expandable. So all the systems have to be very simple, so that they can be applied to a range of different educational levels and experience levels when you're looking at franchisees.
And just very briefly, because we're running out of time, you started with a two-car operation, now you've branched into 7 countries. How difficult is it to go international?
It's been a challenge. We're in some interesting markets from the Middle East and France, and also now the USA, so very different cultures, very different climates, but we've found that it's actually proven our system to be very sustainable and very solid, and we're learning a lot from those markets, which we're applying in Australia as well.
Jim Cornish from EcoWash Mobile, thank you so much for coming in this evening.
Thank you, Bridie.